Hello there. Now, over the last few weeks, I've had a lot of fun posting some of my fights against Mix Winter's amazing robot, Black Death. I say some. So far, I've only posted the fights that went really, really well for me. A point that Mix Winters has mentioned once or twice. There was, of course, one fight we had that weekend that really didn't go my way. Now, I'm not one to hide the truth. I wanted to do this video properly, and I owe Mix Winters hugely for so many things, like the amazing battle timer they made, amongst many other things that she does for our community. So, here it is, one of the hardest fights I've fought, both physically and emotionally. This was another fight at the 2024 Great Western Brick Show. I'm going to commentate on this fight and let you know what I was thinking at the time, and I hope you really enjoy it. I was really looking forward to this fight, and I know Mix Winters really wanted to win, which I found kind of intimidating and scary, but off we go. I thought, right, the pits worked really well for me for the last couple of fights. Let's try and open the pit button while she spins up. Oh god, it is such a... You can't hear it, but that weapon spins so hard, so fast. So now, classic spinner, trying to defend itself. I'm trying to find a way round, thinking I'm trying to avoid the weapon, trying to find a little gap, a little space, trying to play this little cat and mouse, try and get behind, try and push him into the wall. Then I take a big hit onto that left wheel, and that is crippling for the rest of the fight because I cannot move. Take another deflection there, that was almost game over on the right wheel. I'm now working on one wheel. But I thought if I could just scoop up like this, just shove in the pit, but not enough. I'm having to do all I can to try and stay mobile. Oh, that was another close one. Meanwhile, every time, Black Death is dealing a big hit to the side of Beaky, and I've realised in this fight that Black Death's weapon is hitting at all the connectors, all the batteries, all the wheel heights. It's a perfect height for Beaky to be hit. It's a horrible fight for Beaky. I keep working because I know the wheels are vulnerable and see if I can find a way in, trying to avoid that weapon, but she is so good at keeping it pointed forward. Oh, there we go. Nice. So this is where I had a massive boost of confidence. That left wheel gets ripped off, and I think, right, this could be it. But then a counter shot, my left wheel is now completely gone. That was the one that wasn't working anyway. So I'm thinking at this point, if I can just keep going and wait for that right wheel to fall off, if I keep hitting into the wall or kind of deflecting, and on that deflection try and catch the wheel with the side of my chassis, if I can just keep moving and she's not, then it doesn't matter how much I lose. At this point, the weapon mounting on Beaky is absolutely toast, and it is hanging on by a thread. There he goes. Oh my goodness, look at all that damage. Every single time I've tried one of these attempts, I've taken a big hit, and that last hit there gets right onto my electronics, and that's when I tap, because there is just absolutely nothing I can do. That was carnage. Oh my goodness. I mean, so that first hit on the left wheel followed by that second hit basically took the left wheel out of the fight, and it kind of decided it for me, really. There's not much I could do for after that. Like I said, Black Death's weapon hits so hard, but it's hitting at all the right points. Have a look at the way it hits into my large motors that control my weapon. Have a look at the damage it did. Look at that. I kept going though, kept trying, kept pushing. For moments like that, there's a chance, there's always a chance someone else's wheel might fall off, and this is when I really thought I had it. But that weapon was still active, and every time I tried to take advantage, just another big piece of Beaky was ripped off. That's when the weapon mounting kind of was then suddenly free and loose to go. Tried to hit it again to the wall, but big heavy cost. No, absolutely amazing fight. Well done, Mix Winters, for that. Black Death's an amazing robot. This fight was really hard physically because it's a great robot to be against, but emotionally, Beaky is my #1 robot, and I made it so long ago, and I made it in a kind of strange mood. I just got home one day and I was like, oh, I'm going to make a hammer robot based on an animal. What animal? Oh yeah, birds. Birds look like hammer robots. Chickens are funny. And I just went for it, and I started piecing it together, and it was like nothing else I'd ever built. It was just different. So Beaky is built in a completely different way to any of my other robots, and since getting better at building robots, I've kind of changed my building style, but I've never had to rebuild Beaky. So when I was confronted with that box of bits, I was really worried. I genuinely thought I wasn't able to put him back together again. But I put the box to the side, put it out of my mind, and then the next morning on the Sunday, before anyone else started fighting or turned up, I just sat down with it, went through all my photos of Beaky I've ever taken, which is a lot, and just kind of tried to rebuild him. I've done some rebuilding since, trying to reinforce the different sections, try and make sure that those bits aren't as vulnerable in the future. But that hole in the side of that extra large motor, it just shows you where Black Death was hitting all fight, along that horizontal plane. Oh my goodness. Please do subscribe to Mixed Winters and Technicalities. They're both wonderful builders, wonderful people, and totally deserve more YouTube followers, so please do follow them. Thanks Technicalities for filming this. Thanks Mixed Winters for using your server space for this video, another thing you do for our community. Thanks to Punch Deck for the music. This was the death of Beaky. Luckily I've learnt a lot from this. I've done some reinforcing of Beaky. I'm going to do a reveal of my robots and how I've improved them ready for the carnage at the castle on the 1st of March in Caerphilly. If you can come to that one, I think that's going to be really great. And thanks all. This has been a bit of an emotional roller coaster watching this video again. See you in the next one. Cheers.